Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to season 2, episode 4 of 15 Minutes of Fain. I'm Fain, Mary Fain Brandt, and you can find me here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. with a real quick tip of the week. And I'm talking about LinkedIn, business development, and career information, tips, and trends. So I'd love to know where you're watching from and what is the weather like. I'm bundled up in a sweater and my Ugg boots because my house is a freezing. Hey, if this is your first time, let me know. Let's see, Facebook user. So I don't know who you are. You have to let StreamYard, you have to go in and give StreamYard permission, Facebook permission to show your name. So type your name in the comments for me, please. And speaking of StreamYard, shout out to StreamYard, who is the official sponsor of 15 Minutes of Fame, my weekly show. Right here, we're streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Makes it so easy to stream, you guys. Seriously, you hit a button that says go live, and when you're done, you hit another button that says end broadcast. So if you like the look and feel of the show, you can do cool things like, the banners, blur the background. You can see the comments. Oh my gosh, is Viveka Hess from San Diego? How's the weather down there, Viveka? So see, it's really cool to use. I love StreamYard, makes it fun to go live. Oh my gosh, Catherine Spray, how the heck are you? Have not chatted with you in quite some time. Thanks for joining me today. So, you guys might know that I used to host Bite Size Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. I hosted that show for over 4 years. So we decided, we as in me, decided to let that show go, and it opened up space for something else. And so I am hosting a new monthly training class called Master It with Mary. You like how I use my name and everything? Pretty cool, right? I'm going to bring this up. StreamYard has some new features. Wrong one. Let's not bring that one up. Has some new features here, where you can share slides, and I'm really loving. Let's fix that. And I'm kind of showing you guys how this all works. Let's take that off. So, Master It with Mary is my new monthly training. It's free. It's 30 minutes of training because I like a bite sized training. I can't do 3 hours of training. And it will be about LinkedIn, career professionals, and maybe my favorite apps and tools that I use. It's the first Thursday of every month at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. The event is over on LinkedIn, so you can find that and you can register for it. It's free. But if you register, then you'll get the email reminders and you can add it to your calendar. I'd also love to know, what topics do you want to learn about and have me give you all the down and dirty, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, Viveka, there's a lot of new updates on StreamYard. There's also background music. I should do a show just about StreamYard and how awesome it is. Viveka says bite size is perfect. But anyways, let's take this out of the stream. It's super easy, just like that. I am back. So I dropped my StreamYard link in the comments. And if anyone signs up and uses my affiliate link, I'm offering like a 20-30 minute session on how to get started, just because I love the tool so much. Oh, so much going on here, you guys. So we're talking about tagging today. Now, you've probably heard of street tagging, spray cans, underpasses, bridges, things like that. That's not the kind of tagging that we're talking about. We are talking about tagging on LinkedIn. So I'm going to break this down. It's going to be super simple. Who here uses tagging on LinkedIn? Just put the word tag in the comments. Who here has ever done some street tagging? Put street in the comments. I'd love to know about that. So, we're going to go over the basics. How do you tag someone? Why would you tag someone? When to tag someone? And where do you tag someone? Because there's some conversations that have been going on that you should tag in the original post or in the comment. So I'd love to know, where are you guys tagging? How are you tagging? Tag. Selectively. Yeah, selectively is, oh my gosh, that is the whole the whole thing that I want to talk about. So why am I talking about this? I'm going to take my headset off because we're not using it right now. Um, isn't that great? So I am talking about this because I see people using tagging incorrectly. And so you might have seen someone who just tags like 15 people at once in a post. That is not how to use tagging on LinkedIn. You need to use tagging intentionally. And I'm going to show you a tag that I did myself, that I did intention with purpose, and I didn't over tag. I tagged 2 people, and the post did quite well. So, how do you tag someone on LinkedIn? We're going to get to that in just a minute. I'm going to bring up, let me do a screen share of this. And here we go. I'm going to take me out of that. Let's put it there. Now you guys can see it, right? So I just want to make sure, yes, this is the right screen share. So this was a post I did. Oh my gosh, it's been 5 months now. It got something like 26,000 views. 26,000? Yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, Brian Green is in the house and it's 24 degrees and 2 feet of snow. I'm so sorry, Brian. So tagging, you can tag a company or a person. So when you're tagging someone, what that means is that you're mentioning them in your post. But let me back up. Tagging means that you're tagging them so they're going to be notified that you mention them. Because you could write someone's name in a post, but if you don't tag them, they probably will not know that you mentioned them. So if you can see, I tagged Clubhouse because this post was all about Clubhouse. I tagged Andy Foote, who I know and have a relationship with. He was on my last LinkedIn Summit, LinkedIn Remastered. Liam, I tagged him. I've been in his Clubhouse room and I wanted to know, I had a specific question. Are you still active over there? This was a poll. We got 446 votes. 108 comments. It was very active because I wasn't like, yeah, Clubhouse is all in. I was like, is Clubhouse dead? But if you want to see, I only tagged 2 people right here in the post. I didn't tag 20 people asking them for their opinion. And I believe that that's where tagging has gone bad. I'm not going to bring up the posts of the people I know do this, but let's say when someone is going to an event that maybe they're sponsoring or they're speaking at, what I've seen them do is end up tagging 20 people in the post, trying to build engagement and trick the algorithm. So let's take this off. Now, did you guys know that if you tag someone and they're not responding to that tag, like if Andy or Liam hadn't responded to me tagging them, LinkedIn looks at that like, wait, what are you doing? Why are these people are not responding? They're not engaging, they're not replying. So that's actually negative, right? Um, so Viveka says, do you know if tagging in body or post in the first comment matters from LinkedIn's algorithm thingy perspective? That's a great question, Viveka. And I haven't done any tests on that. I prefer to if I'm going to tag someone, I'm asking them a question. I better have a relationship with them and the content needs to be relevant. So if someone's tagging me about an event in San Diego, which I love and used to live there, but I no longer live there, and they're tagging me just to get me to reply, that is not a good strategy. I'm not there. That event is probably no longer relevant to me. Unless you know I'm attending it, that is a bad strategy because I'm not going to reply. I'm not going to engage. And so that tells LinkedIn that that was not a worthy post. That was not a worthy tag, right? I prefer to tag people in the original post. Now, a lot of people, and you'll see this, and I have another example that I do want to share. I'll have to bring that up in just one moment. Let me see. I'm going to bring that up and show you a different, yeah, a different tagging. Let me bring that up. Okay. So I'm going to share a different way to tag. Share screen. So much fun. Window. This is it. Now, this is an event, my LinkedIn local Phoenix event, right? And so here is my post. I used our hashtag LinkedIn local, and I tagged my co host, Bruce Carnahan. Of course, I'm going to tag him. And then I tagged the nonprofit that we're supporting and the owner and founder so he would see this post. This makes sense, right? I did not tag a bunch of people that I'm hoping will come and engage on this post. I did not tag a bunch of people that I hope would buy tickets to the event. Now, if you scroll down here, I did go in here and I tagged our sponsors, right? So I'm tagging people saying thank you. Now, when I'm tagging them, they're going to get notification that they have been tagged. And if we keep going down here, my co host or Gracie tagged both of us, right? Now, we know Gracie. She did LinkedIn local events before with Bruce. Then Russ, who I tagged up there, he said, looking forward to it and tagged me back and tagged Bruce. Why is that important? When you're replying to being tagged in a post, you need to not just reply. If he had just said, looking forward to it, see you Tuesday, I would might not see that reply. Number one is that's one reason. Number two, it shows my name again, right? Other people are going to see that. So strategically, when you are replying to a comment or a post when you're tagged, when you're being tagged, you want to tag that person back. Does that make sense? It does make sense. Great. Thank you. Yes, you need to be. So Catherine said, do you need to be connected to tag them? Yes, you do, as far as I know. Viveka, do you have any information on that? Um, so Catherine and I are. So Catherine, I'm going to use you as an example. So how do you tag someone? You simply hit the ampersand, and then you start typing the name. And if you're connected here, it should come up. And sometimes, did I spell that right? So there you are, Catherine. So you guys could just see how I do that. The ampersand, I'm sorry, the at symbol, a capital letter. I start typing in a name. It will bring up a list of people with that name. You have to be connected. And then she is now tagged on this. You, thanks for being my example. See, right there. Now, here's another reason, you guys. So let's say someone's reading this post, right? And they're like, oh, who's Catherine? Well, since she's tagged, that means it links to her profile. If I click on that, or if someone else were to click on that, it would take them to her profile. How important is that? Right? So if someone was like thinking, well, what is this OCJ Kids? Do I want to go to the event and support them? They can click on that name because I have tagged them, and now they can see the company page. The same thing with Bruce, who I have tagged as my co-host. You can now see his profile. It takes you straight there. So that is why you need to tag people strategically. And yes, Viveka, you're absolutely right. Every once in a while, tagging doesn't work. So you know what? You just and Viveka, it does happen to me maybe like once a month where I'm trying to tag someone that I am connected to and it won't work. And so what I have to do is I just make the post and then I go back in. Usually when that happens, Viveka, as we know as LinkedIn trainers and consultants, it's because there's some kind of update going on, in the back. The hamsters are spinning in the wheels trying to make an update to LinkedIn. So, you guys, you don't want to piss people off in your network, right? Someone say, "Yeah, that's right, Mary." Right, Viveka? So, why would you tag 20 people, 15 people, 10 people without either having an agreement with them that they're going to help you with a post or without that content being relevant to them? If someone were to post something, tag me in something that was about a healthcare app, I'd be like, why? I'm not in healthcare. I'm not designing apps. Like that is not relevant to me and my world. So that doesn't make sense. So even though just because you're connected with someone does not mean that you should tag them. And it will piss people off. And you could run the you might be if you piss people off by over tagging them with irrelevant posts, you could potentially become disconnected from them. That person could block you and delete you, and you don't want that to happen. So the moral of the story is, yes, you should tag people, but tag them sparingly. Tag them with content that is relevant. Don't over tag. And I prefer tagging in the actual original post, but I do go back in sometimes when it's appropriate and I'll tag in the comments. So, yes, be nice, be intentional, be selective. Karma has a funny way to biting your ass if you get spammy. So, I hope that that kind of just settles the debate on how to tag, when to tag, who to tag, and making sure that when you're replying to a comment, even if you're not tagged, if Vivica were to create a post or Catherine were to create a post and I really liked that post and I wanted to go and comment on it, make sure that you tag the owner of that post. That way they get notified, their name shows up. It helps them. So I hope that that helps. We go over who to tag. Yes, people that are relevant when it's relevant. Why would you tag someone? Because you want to notify them. You're bringing awareness to this. When not to tag someone when it's irrelevant. I'm in Arizona. Tagging me about an event at UCSD in San Diego is irrelevant to me now. So make sure that you're only tagging people when it's relevant. And do you do it in the post, the original post, or the comments? I prefer for you to be authentic and genuine and to tag the person in the post if that makes sense. Well, hey, it's Brenda jumping in, another LinkedIn expert. Ironically, Brenda, look what's on my desk. A little shout out to you. And then, of course, remember when you're replying to a comment or a post where you're tagged, you definitely want to, well, reply, but you also want to make sure that you tag that person, right? Give them the credit, give them the props, let their name pop up again. You guys, this is 15 Minutes of Fain. I'll be here every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We are a little over our time slot, so I want to respect your time, your day. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. And again, I will put in the comments the Master It with Mary class that's coming up on February 5th at 10 a.m. Take care, everyone. Ciao.